Welcome back to this week of the recap. So this week we have sold a total of 14 items for about $500, netting about $330 in total. Some of these items you might remember from our last video that we just did because that was also during that week when we did our 4-month recap, and we're going to try to avoid those ones, but I will let you go ahead and talk about the ones that have sold, because this is about
Actually, the same day that I edited the last video, I put a little snippet in there, but we didn't talk about it in the video. One of the calculators, the TI-89 titanium, it ended up selling. I did put a little like, this just sold today.
Yeah, what it sold for
56, and we made 44 on it.
Yeah, something that we bought for about $2, $2.50, which is always nice. The only issue with them is always having to put batteries in them.
Yeah, you have to put batteries in them, see if they're working.
And we actually have a couple right now that they'll turn on, they work, but their entire screen is just corrupted and not working correctly. So we're going to try to lock them all up and send them to somebody who wants to fix them. My Mesa Monopoly that I bought a while ago, about a month and a half ago, I picked it up for only $1.49. It was still sealed and everything. It just sold over this weekend for a total of $45, netting us after shipping and fees $29.06, which I think is great. There was only 2 other listings when I put it up, and when I looked, and none had sold. But we know, because we've bought one for our family out of town and everything for our cities, they're just novelty things.
Yeah, they're just nice to have.
You're essentially buying it for somebody who lives in that area, and sure enough, it was going right over to Mesa.
We sold 2 cameras, not anything, just super simple cameras, a Sony Cybershot and a Nikon One Touch.
Yeah, but those have been sitting there for 60 days.
I know, they were there for a while. One sold for 27, one sold for 18. Well, we probably made a total of, yeah, it looks about $20 after fees and everything.
For both? Yeah, which I think those ones we paid up a little bit more. I think we paid like $5 or $6 for them.
Yeah.
Because we had one camera that sold right away really good, and then every camera we just grabbed. And it took about a little bit for us to realize that we only had 7 days to return stuff to Goodwill. But when we were going like every single day, so trying to find that exact receipt and everything back then was much harder. Now we just go a couple times and we leave everything pretty much in the bag as we go through, which is always nice. Learning all those little things. This one, it's a retro handheld game console. Did the other one already sell?
I don't think so.
I got this in a bag of 2 with another one for $5. It finally sold after like 60 days for $20, for almost $21. After fees and shipping everything, we netted about $13.
Oh, so you already made your money back on that?
Yeah, well, they've been sitting forever. They were just little games that we saw picked up for about $5 over the Goodwill, and they worked right out of the bag. It was nice, but I did not expect it to ever sell. I forgot that it was even back there until it popped up, and I was like, what is this?
Yeah, and then your little baby Yoda Grogu, your little remote.
Yeah, I didn't even remember that either.
Yeah, it sold for 17, and we made a profit of $9.
Which also came in a bag with a couple other little baby Yoda things.
Which we already sold 2 of them, I think.
Camera, I believe we got a message right afterwards from the buyer, which as soon as they messaged, I was already worried. I'm like, something's wrong. We had one of them, they messaged asking for an SD card, which all the pictures and everything showed no SD card, and that was fine. It did take almost like 10 hours to message back, and I was afraid they were going to cancel, so I waited on actually boxing it up and getting it ready to ship. But the other one, they messaged us saying that they would like us to put it into a box, which I don't know if it's normal for people to be shipping cameras around in bubble mailers, or
can you please put it in a box?
All of our cameras we've always put in a box, and they've always been wrapped up in bubble wrap and foam wrapping material, so that was kind of a strange one. I didn't want to ask him how many cameras he's got that just showed up destroyed. But yeah, that was an interesting question.
I think the last thing, aside from the Pokemon cards that we haven't talked about, We might have talked about that one too. The Cuddle Dud pajamas.
Yeah, that thing was a pain to box up without squishing it.
Yeah, it was just another thing that I got for free from that one lot.
Yeah, I had to put it in
Usually
I had to
about
put it in
one
a
sale.
big box. I think we had to pay an extra like 30 cents in shipping for the box size.
Well, we made $9 after everything.
Yeah, and I
So
still
hey, I
yeah.
feel like we came out ahead on that.
Yeah, but that was still a pain to box up because even though it was closed, it was still packaged with the cardboard in there. As much as I could just squish it, I didn't want to. I don't know what the reasoning is for the person buying it, and it didn't fit in anything else. I had to put it in an extra large size box.
The sales are kind of down. We didn't do as many this weekend. I personally think it's just because Black Friday is coming up. I think everyone's saving right now for those big Black Friday sales about to come. Let us know. I assume you're going to participate in Black Friday sales.
Yeah,
We're
but
probably going to put something up. Let us know if you guys are going to do anything like that.
well,
We've noticed.
yeah, but we are gonna end up being out of town during that week. Our store's still gonna be available, but anybody who buys anything prior to Thanksgiving, the Thursday or Friday before is when we're gonna set our vacation mode all the way through until I think Saturday after Black Friday.
Yeah, so
Or Friday. But everybody's going to get a message pretty much right away saying like, hey, your packages won't be delivered until the Monday after Thanksgiving. So if they want to cancel it, they can do it then instead of us getting messages later on being like, why didn't you ship my package before Thanksgiving? Because they just missed it, which apparently I hear happens a lot. And then you have people canceling orders and all that. I'd rather just get it done and out of the way right away.
So we will be touching base on that afterwards. I imagine we will definitely make a video explaining our experience with vacation mode on eBay, how it all works, how if we like it or not, all the ins and outs of that, because I know especially a lot of newer sellers and maybe seasoned sellers may be nervous about using vacation mode or nervous about how all of that works.
Yes.
So if we could give you guys some insight.
So on top of that, we're already planning to have a back catalog of stuff to post during that entire week, even though it won't be able to be shipped out right away if somebody buys it. Because in our experience, for us, posting every single day, 5 times a day has given us a lot of sales. In just the last week, having 14 items sell is nice, even though, you know, some people might be selling 100, 200 items a day or a week. For us, still starting out, still new at 4 months right now, $500, that's $300 in a week for half the stuff that's been sitting around.
We're also just getting better at, as we become more experienced in reselling, we're becoming better at picking up. There were a lot of things looking back that we mentioned just this week that, I mean, those cameras were a good example. Nowadays, I would not pick up either of those cameras. I wouldn't bother with those cameras.
If we needed an item, I wouldn't. The only thing that we need is another shelf, which hopefully Black Friday we can find another shelf to be able to store all the stuff on.
Yes, he went through and he cleaned up our little area. He did a good job back there, but yes, we are running out of inventory space. I'm like shoving things wherever I can fit them.
I know, you need to stop.
We have an entire
I
huge
organize
box of vacuum cleaner pieces and calculators.
I know, and those boxes were separated between Bissell, Shark, and whatever the hell the other
Oh,
brand.
were they?
Yes.
Oh, I was just putting them in.
I know that. That's why whenever I go to box up stuff, I'm like, why isn't this in the right box? Why is this over here and this? There's a couple things I found that were in the ready to list pile, and I'm like, no, that's listed right here. That's being shipped out today. Why is it over here in all of our back stuff?
So a few things that I've noticed that help our sales, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to mess up your organization skills. The funny thing is we work together in this whole process, and I usually clean and list, and then he usually packages everything up and he organizes the whole area. And then
I deal with all the TCG one.
Yeah, and then you deal with everything with TCG player.
I know, I show you how to package them all up.
And then I edit all of the videos, so that's kind of how we
I said I could edit, you just didn't like that it was taking me forever.
It's cool, it's fine. I just think it's funny because I list everything and then I go put it away in your organization spot, and now he's telling you that
you don't even put it away sometimes. Sometimes it's just still there on the photo taking station.
Well, yeah, because I don't know where to put it, and you work so hard on your organization skills that I don't want to mess it up.
Too late.
I'm sorry. So anyways, what I was going to say a second ago was something that I noticed that helps our sales is doing the sales, putting those sales on. We usually get sales. Listing daily. I don't know if it is just superstition at this point or what, but I swear once we list, that's usually whenever we get the sales. We list, and then usually within an hour, 2 hours or so, sales come in.
That's probably why they keep coming in all the time at night.
Oh, because yeah, that's usually whenever I list. I think that's just, I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I don't know if it's like eBay's pushing our stuff up because they're like, hey, they're active today, and then they push them up. I don't know what's going on, but I have noticed that. Again, it's also just understanding products, and just as you become more experienced, you will become better at seeing which products do well. It's really important to have, as I've said in the past, it's really important to have items that may be more expensive, that are slow turnaround rates. But if you're looking to do this full time, if you're looking to make a career out of this, you want to make sure that you're getting items that have a fast sell through rate, even if it is, buy it for $3, sell it for $30, something like that. Even if it doesn't seem like profit wise, it's a good idea. But if you can get it in and out within, a day, that's a lot better than picking something up that's $130, but keeping it on your shelf for $5, $6,
Yeah, so I wanted to touch base on this. So out of that $515 that we ended up making in this last week, we netted $335. Our selling cost was $153. So out of that, we ended up spending $71 on eBay fees. With the ad fees, everything that we list is at 2%.
Oh, yes.
Except for a couple things I think I put at like 3 just because I wanted to see. But everything we list is at 2%. Because like another reseller basically said, if put an item up for $100, are you willing to take that offer for $98 if it ends up selling quicker? Which makes a lot of sense to me. And for that, we ended up only spending $5 in total.
Yeah,
out of all of that.
I wouldn't do more than like 2-3%.
Well, it's whatever anybody wants.
It's whatever you want, but yes, you have to remember that
it only comes out. So if you put it up for 10%, only 10% of the times you would go and it would search. And only if the person buys your item through that promoted listing at that time does the fee come out, which usually if they send a best offer or an offer to you and everything, and like it will tell you like this is from a best offer request, you're going to lose this. But it's only if they click on it then, not any other time it's in the algorithm, not if whatever else, which is nice. But on top of that, we also spent $82 out of our eBay fees for shipping labels. So to ship those 14 items, it costed $82, which I don't think is terrible, especially when we lost 30 cents on a shirt. But yeah, almost everything we have is just USPS ground. I don't think we've had to ship any, or I mean, some of the Pokemon cards are through the letters.
Yeah, we do get away with Pokemon cards because you can ship them for like $1.20 through the letters. But you can only ship something, it can only be like, there's rules regarding that.
Yeah, it's 3 ounce, under 3 ounces, which is probably about like 8 cards or something. And it can't be so thick and all that, but it's only for the cards and only a value of under $20.
So yeah, that 2% promotion, and I don't same thing, we pretty much promote everything at 2%. The only things that I don't promote are things that don't need it. So perfect example, my infamous vacuum cleaner.
Oh, I still promote them.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I don't promote them because every time you put them on, there's only like one.
Yeah, but that's one extra tab that's not there annoying me.
Oh, okay.
It annoys me that we have that one tab saying that there's like 192 items that need additional.
It's only up for like a day.
It
annoys me. It annoys me.
Yeah, but see, this one annoys me too. When you click on your selling and you look and it says add recommended items, that one task. Every time I see it, it annoys me, and I don't like seeing it. The amount of times I've accidentally canceled the promoted listings too and had to go through manually and put them in until I found out that the computer can.
So yeah, we'll probably make some more videos upcoming soon. We did go out of town today. Unfortunately, we just didn't get a whole lot of.
No, it was terrible.
Yeah, normally going to bigger cities we have good luck, but that was just.
We did have good luck. We bought more Pokemon cards.
We did get more Pokemon cards, yes.
We spent our $200 on that.
So over the next few weeks, as we talked about, couple
Already
weeks,
made
we're
it back.
leaving we're leaving very soon. Over the next couple weeks, we're going to just be preparing. We're going to be filling up our drafts, all of that, getting ready for vacation mode. So we might make little shorts. We might make another video or two here before then. But for sure, if you are interested in how vacation mode goes, if you are interested in how it affects your business, if you are interested in the ins and outs of that, tune in on that video coming out after Thanksgiving.
You look at them, not me.
I want to look at you though.
No, look that way.
I want to make sure I'm saying the right thing. Am I good?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea who this lady is. She just broke into the house one day and said, we're making YouTube videos.
Oh, anything else you want to say?
No.
No, I think that's all. I think we're good.
I got more Pokemon cards to open. Go on, give out your outro.
Bye. Thanks for watching. Tune in again.